Hey everyone, welcome back to the Echo Studio video channel. My name is Michael Letney.
Hey, I'm Bryce Reed.
And today we just want to tell you a bit of our story and a bit of the story of this place and why we do this. And yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we started Echo about 3 years ago, and this actually was kind of made out of a really wonderful partnership from a really good friend. I've known Michael for several years now, and yeah, we've been through a lot of work, music, any sort of
life,
creative stuff, life in general, together, and we wanted to do something bigger when we had an opportunity to open up the studio.
You're right. We've been through a lot of creating together, and we both of us have had music in our blood for, oh gosh, as long as we've been around.
Yeah, seriously, raised up on it.
I mean, trained musicians, working on stages with artists, just from a young age all the way up, all the way until we're old now. But it was always kind of a dream of ours, each individually, to have a place like this, to where we could both, create for ourselves, but also help other people create, but to help other people, tell our stories. One thing I love about this process in general is, music is a story, and all of us have stories. And music is just another language that we use to tell those stories.
Sure.
So one of the things I love doing is film scoring and composing. Film is a great medium for telling story. But how many of us have seen those reels on Instagram where, what would this film look like without the music behind it? And it's like, well, it's a little empty.
Yeah,
where's the emotion? Dry. Where's the feeling? And the music really tells that story emotionally. And each of us have that story. And it's really fulfilling to be able to work with artists and churches and creators to tell those stories. And that's something I think this guy is amazing at, helping bring definition and putting that together. Tell a bit about your process and how you do that. It's cool to watch you do it.
Yeah, it's all about really teaming up with someone and what their creative vision, I guess, is like a funny way of saying that. Everybody has an idea when they write a song. They, have an idea of like, man, this is how the energy should be. This is how the instruments should be. And so me trying to figure out who they are, what they are as far as a musician and their musical preferences.
And music is so personal too. Like every artist, every musician expresses that a little bit differently. And it's a really amazing thing to be able to watch and be part of producing people's personality into their music.
Sure. Just trying to get a read on somebody and see what they're trying to make, and then them getting an idea of who I am and what I'm trying to do with my instrumentation. I always, offer as an option to collaborate, or, if somebody needs help with lyric, or maybe they even just need the whole idea done by someone else to get
Sometimes
it from.
They just come in with an idea of like, I want to write a song about.
Yeah, we call that the nothing to something. And so it's just like, hey, I've got this thought. This would be really, really cool. And then to whatever person's comfort level, going alongside them and figuring it out. And, there's like a lot of artists that will talk about trying to find their sound, and they either have it right away with their band and, set up in the tracking room, 3, 2, 1, let them do their thing, and let's just kind of enhance and make it sparkle, for the release. But other times people need some help, trying to figure out, man, I don't really know what I like. Can you give me options? Can I go along with this idea? Maybe I'm influenced by this artist or this type of music, and like, what do I have to do to get there? And that's where I really, really love being able to do the things that I love doing with gear and equipment and, just plugins, all of the things.
All these things are so incredible to see on their own, whether it's the interface or outboard gear or plugins or software, instrumentation. But when you see it all come together, all is in one moment, everything working together to create such a unique sound based on each moment, based on each story, based on each musical texture, it really is something magical to see. Whether it be, any genre you can think of. Mm-hmm. To see gear and software and artists come together in this beautiful like fusion of art. It's hard to put words to it, how amazing that process is to see and to be part of. Yeah. And that's something we love doing here. Again, whether it's writing something from nothing or taking something you already have and just taking it to the next level, but to take something that's in your heart or in your mind and bring it to be tangible from concept to it's something we love get to be part of.
Yeah. let's go kind of into the origin story a little bit. Let's talk about how this got started.
Yeah. Started with two guys with a dream of making music. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I'm from Oklahoma originally.
Me too.
Michael is as well. We both actually grew up not super far from each other, but just
Small town Oklahoma.
came together through Tulsa. Tulsa's just like, I don't know, it's a magnet and in so many ways. But yeah, grew up doing music my whole life. Was raised in like a country bluegrass kind of family, which is...
I was not raised in country or bluegrass. Anybody who knows me, like classical music, film score, Coldplay? Anybody?
Yeah. That got me started, but you know, as soon as I got old enough to like find my own music, man, I was into everything, which is great. Fast forward several years, you know, being in bands and you know, working in different organizations, you know, as a musician, finding out what my musical preferences and honestly the things that I was really, really good at doing, a lot around guitar and piano and different things like that. But for you, it was like this whole story of, you know, getting into this like piano regimen through your life and into scoring and different things like that.
The joke I always tell people is that I was playing piano before I could reach the pedals.
Yeah.
You know, and I've always been kind of...
Short notes only.
Yeah, exactly. Always been really into music technology as long as I can remember, as long as it was accessible. I mean, and as that music creation and technology has come from being this like untouchable thing to accessible to almost everybody. And I was in that kind of front part of that age-wise where, you know, I mowed lawns all summer one year and bought a used Mac on eBay.
Nice.
So I could, you know, put Logic version 5 on my Mac, my iBook.
Goodness.
Yep.
Goodness.
And, you know, someone gave me an old Pro Tools 2-channel interface, and I was recording off of analog soundboards just to see what I could do to create different sounds just for fun.
Nice.
And that turned from a curiosity into a hobby into a passion, and went on to work with, you know, work with other people, training people on how to use Logic Studio, which is a great experience for me, to making music in my house, making music in my apartment, making music with a job, filming, scoring films and producing music, teaching, recording, teaching musical process. And, you know, we kind of both hit this natural transition point in our lives where we were both like, okay, what's next? And we kind of, I remember sitting across the table from you, like, what if we just open a studio together?
Yeah. I mean, at that point I had like done a lot of freelancing and was doing a lot of like, you know, individual lessons as far as teaching guitar and piano and whatever. And yeah, you were just like, what are you going to do? And I thought, well, I mean, I guess I'll just start freelancing again and I will teach more music lessons and things like that. And, you know, there was this point where we both kind of just like said studio at the same time, which is kind of
Ding!
funny. And it's crazy how the connections all worked out as if it were meant to be. And we started one summer and then built this studio out as far as like what the space needed to be. We made a
people
massive...
come alongside of us who really believed in us and wanted to help see it get started.
Yeah, definitely so. Made like a massive Sweetwater order after a huge proposal. And I just remember unloading all of that. We had our buddy John Snyder over...
It was the ultimate New Year day.
Yeah, John Snyder over at Creation Music Company helped us out a bunch. The desk you see
Built
behind
this
you,
beautiful custom desk for us.
amazing. He does a lot of stuff with pedal boards and even in the pedal and guitar industry. And so, yeah, plug for John Snyder. He's awesome. But yeah, just like got started and it was so crazy because we barely had opened our doors at all. We had nothing on the walls and we had immediately like 3 or 4 people in line.
Can we make music with you?
Yeah,
Yes,
hey,
yes,
we've
you
got
can,
these
absolutely.
ideas and we believe in you guys and this would be really great. And so as it's gone forward, you know, obviously we got everything dialed in and I've been connecting.
We're always evolving and growing things. You know,
yeah, absolutely. Our goal is, you know, to be a mainstay here in Tulsa. We really believe that There's so much music here that is,
It really is.
It's really impactful, whether that be a part of so many churches in the area, whether that be with so many of like the local artists that are, doing everything from bar shows to stage shows. There's so many things out there. Met tons of just incredible songwriters in the area, and so many people that are just hungry to be a songwriter.
People who just have dreams. It's so humbling, and it's so it just awe-inspiring to see all these people come through here who just have these dreams.
Yeah.
And they're not like out of reach, unattainable. Like, there's like, oh, you actually you're gonna make that happen, and we get to be part of it.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see that happen, to be part of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's really great to be part of people's artistic development, artistic process. Both of us are teachers in our hearts. And so, like, whether you've never recorded songs before or you're an old pro, like, we'll learn because we know how to teach and learn from people.
Mm-hmm.
Or whether you're like, you know what, I'm intimidated by this process. We've had artists who come through with just such beautiful raw talent,
Mm-hmm.
who we get to help shape that with them. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. I'm just thinking of a handful of artists that we've been able to work with that have been really cool to see do like a string of work, watch like a whole album come together, or a couple of different singles in the in-between or the interim. Watching, younger people come in through here who just have a couple of ideas that, hey, before this is the demo that I had in my bedroom or whatever, and then watching them walk out with a fully fledged song that,
that communicates who they are in a way that they're proud to show off to people.
Right, exactly. And then like that's such a big thing, being able to come in with an idea, and then just, I don't know, like, making music is hard. It's a hard thing. And so having someone to partner with and help you get everything from your lyrics, your pacing, your tone, your arrangement together, and then even going further into like, hey, let's really nail this mix, or like, hey, let's work on this master, or whatever that might look like, and even getting into projects with organizations like churches, where it's like, hey, our live stream is really, really important to us. We hate how it sounds, and it's like, well,
we can help you with that.
That's not as hard of a fix as you think it is. And so we would love to kind of take that pressure off of some people, whether they're creatives in organizations, or in their bedrooms, or in their bands, or wherever they may be, and be like, man, I just like, we really want to take this step, but we don't know what it is. And so knowing that exists here, just definitely wanted to make sure.
The one of the most beautiful things about being part of a studio experience like this is the safe place mentality of it. In the studio, you can try any sound, you can try any lyric, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
And we're here to help you walk through that decision-making process.
Sure.
Of creativity. Again, what's your first time or your millionth time? This is something we love doing, and we love partnering with people, and we can't wait to partner with you.
Next steps for you guys, the things that are going to help you stay connected with us would be like following on the channel with any sort of our social media stuff, which we'll cut clips and put those up on Instagram, Reels, Facebook, Reels, or whatever like that. But following us there is the first step. Also, visit our website. We've got a mailing list that you can hop on immediately, just sending us a message via that. Usually you'll get prompted and be able to check that out. There are a bunch of links inside of the website, so you can hear some of our current work. You can...
I'm going to plug this guy real fast because he's leaving something important out.
Oh.
So one of the great things about working with Bryce that I love is the wealth of inspirational knowledge and creative knowledge. Again, he's a teacher, right? And so on our channel here, or on our Instagram, or even on our website, you'll find over the next few weeks and months all kinds of content about how to become a better creative and how to grow your own creativity in and out of the studio. And when you come in the studio and you work here, you'll leave feeling developed and feeling invested into by your producer. And you can't duplicate that.
Yeah. If you want, I'm not a pusher, but man, I'm here to help however I can. I'm just really excited about what people are working on, what they're making, and being a part of making something is always such a big honor. So
stay connected with us.
Yeah, stay connected with us. If you want, go ahead and leave a comment on the section below. Go ahead and check out some of those
Like and subscribe.
links. Yeah, the classic like and subscribe.
Follow for more tips.
Follow for more tips. All the things. Listen, we've got so much planned for the future of things that we can share on this channel just between the two of us. I wanted to make sure that you guys got to see Michael. He's just such a big part of this place. And yeah, I'm just thankful that you're here, man.
Ditto.
Yeah, it's going to be a good ride. So you'll see more of us in the future. But until then, more is on the way. All right.
Have a good one.
See you.